So this is a quick review of what we discussed before, the binary logistic regression. Okay, so may I invite you to please load the data, the binary CSV data. Okay, our data consists of 400 observations. You have the admit variable, GRE, GPA, and rank. So when we discussed this, we said that we'd like to create a model where we will be able to predict whether an applicant for a graduate school study will be accepted or not accepted based on these three variables: the graduate, this is some result of a graduate examination, something, GPA, and the rank. Okay, kindly chat please if you have this ready already, the data. Okay, how about the rest, guys? Okay na ba? Ready na yung data natin na were you able to import the binary CSV? Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, then let's take a look at the structure of my data, and we find that yung admit at saka rank, they are integers. We don't want them to be integers. We want them to be factors. That's why we converted them, admit and rank, into factors. Okay, so let's just run this. Okay, and then check with the structure. So they're now factors. Okay, good. Okay, so the cross-tabs function will just give us a cross-tabulation of the admit and the rank. Okay, very quickly, guys. So this tells us that these students who were not admitted, 28 of them came from rank 1, 97 came from rank 2, etc. Those who were admitted, 33 of them came from rank 1 and 54 of them came from rank 2. Okay, so that's just the cross tabulation. Okay, now this is what we did last time. But what we did was we said that it's important for us not to use the whole data set to come up with a model, because that might lead to overfitting. And when we overfit, guys, because we use all the data, when we run our model to another set of data, we will have quite an inaccurate result. So what's done in modeling is that we split our data into two, sometimes into three. I've seen some do it into three data sets with train, validate, and test. But for our purposes, we'll just divide it into two: train and test data set. So I won't discuss this so much because this was already discussed last time. So this is just a very quick review. Now 80-20, where did we get this? This is usually standard. If your data is quite small, in this case our data is 400. Yeah, that's relatively small. We give a big percentage to the training data and a smaller percentage to the testing data. But if you have a huge data, okay, then we can do 60-40, even 50-50. For example, if you have 20,000 observations, then using 10,000 for your training and also 10,000 for your testing is not bad at all. Okay, so how do we now split our data? Okay, we said that we use the sample function. We sample and we split the data into two. Okay, the number of rows is the number of rows of our data, my data. And then replace is equal to true, guys. What does replace is equal to true stand for? When you draw out a sample, let's imagine, guys, having a container, And then in that container, small container, you have the numbers 1 to 400 representing the observations. So if I choose one, okay, if I choose one of those to become part of my training data set, what I'll do with what I chose will be to return it back to the container. So the implication is that I can pick that number again, okay, and that can become part of your it can become part again of your training data set. Okay, so that's replace is equal to true. Then the proportion will be 80-20, and then we create this train object from my data, and all those with 1. Okay, remember that when we create this index, it will create 2 subsets, 2 samples. Okay, one will be identified as with number 1, and the other one will be identified as with number 2. Okay, may I just ask the class, guys? For those who were here last Saturday, was it last Saturday that we discussed this, or was it even before that? How about those of you who were not able to attend? Do you recall if I have already discussed this here in class? Or did I discuss this last Saturday? Okay, feedback please, kasi medyo nalito ako guys sa ano natin sa... Okay, Saturday. So okay lang guys ha. So quick review lang to guys for the benefit of those also who were not able to be with us last time. Kasi I think 5 lang tayo or 5 or 4 or 5 who attended that session. Okay, so set that sheet guys so that we have the same sampling of the data. So let's run this, and then in guys, if you take a look at in, so let me just show you quickly what the object in will contain. So I'm typing here view in. Okay, for the benefit of those who were not here. So the data consisting of 400 observations were classified as 1 or 2. 1 will fall under the training data set, 2 will fall under the testing data set. Okay, so if you notice observations 1 to 4 will form part of your training data set. Observation 5, observation 14, 16, etc. will form part of your testing data set. Okay, did we have the same figures for the index? Paki-chat nga guys please. So this is how you partition your data. No? 80% pupunta dun sa 1 sa training data set, and 20% pupunta dun sa 2. Okay, how about the rest? Thank you, Hesed. How about the rest, guys? Kasi si Hesed doon siya nung Saturday. So I'm sure na narinig na niya yung discussion na to. But the rest, guys, were you able to get same, yung first 4, 1, and then 2? Feedback, please. Si David din, andito kasi. No? Okay, the rest, guys, I want to see those of you who were not here. Gusto makita kung same yung nakukuha natin. Hello? Waiting for your responses, guys. Dapat yung index yung guys ganito. No? Should be the same kasi nag-set that seed tayo eh. Okay, so since pseudo-random numbers naman to, okay, I'm expecting us to have the same answers kasi set.seed will allow us to have the same randomized numbers.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yung sa akin po, yung like before, yung name, type, value lang, sir.
Sino to? Sorry? John?
Ignacio po, sir.
Oo. Ano nangyari? Ano nangyari?
Yung sa screen ko po, yung, di ba po, when you try the test IND or view IND, nakalagay lang po kasi, name IND, then type integer, then value.
Sige, John, ano nga?
Share screen again.
Share screen mo, ha?
Can I share, sir?
Okay, sige.
There, sir. Can you see po, sir?
Yeah.
And this is what I type, sir.
Okay. View my data, view end, no? And then, tapos hindi lumalabas. Sa baba nga, sa environment.
Na din kasi, sir.
Ganun din.
Yes.
Sa baba nga, John, go down. Hindi, dito sa environment natin.
Right. Here, sir.
Tingnan mo, hanapin mo yung end data.
IND is not there, sir. It's not there, sir. In the values lang, sir.
Andyan,
Values.
no? Click mo nga, tingnan natin kung lalabas siya. Click mo nga.
So I'm clicking, it's not there.
Ayaw din. Tapos iba, 1, 1, 1. Hindi siya nagtutu, ano?
It's not the, like this, my data tabs.
Oo. So, can you go to your code again? Let's see.
There's
Set.seed. Okay. Tama naman kasi binigay ko lang naman sa inyo to, di ba?
Yeah, I was looking at your screen, sir. It's exactly the same also.
Oo nga eh. And also, I expect it to be the same because I sent this file to you, di ba? So,
Yes, sir.
Can you run this one by one? Set.seed muna.
Set this.
Sige, control enter mo. And then yung end, control enter. Okay, let's see. And then, hindi. Bago ka mag-train, dito sa console natin, i-type mo nga view end. Okay, type mo nga dyan.
Like that, sir?
Oo, sige.
Still the same.
Okay, ano? Tapos sige, i-class. Type mo class sa console. I-run natin class, then end. Small c lang, ha?
Integer, sir.
Integer. Length nga, length ng end.
Length.
400 siya. Tama, 400 eh. Tama,
yes.
Tama.
400. But it's not showing us.
Oo nga, no?
Like this.
Pag click mo yung, sige. Okay. Bakit kaya hindi siya nag-ano? Could you kindly go back to your RMD file?
There, sir.
Okay. Kasi if we're not able to run that, yung end natin. Okay. Enroll. Pag hindi natin ma-run yan, so yung sampling mo will be, okay, may iba yung sample mo. Sige nga dyan,
Yes, sir.
go down. Tingnan natin kung mag-run yung ano natin. Sige, go down. Wait. Sandali. Asan yung ano? LM nyo, ano? So, hindi LM. Doon na tayo sa GLM. Row Admit
Yes, sir.
GRE. Yan, sige. Pakiran nga yan. Kasi tingnan natin yung train data. Sige, pakiran nga.
Summary, sir.
Yes. Ayan, andyan yung summary. Yan.
Yes, sir.
So you have 1.16, 1.16. Mukhang tama naman. Okay, so it looks like John nag-run naman yung ano natin nag-run naman yung index. Kaso nga lang, oo nga, hindi natin hindi natin ma-print eh. Tingnan mo nga print. Let's see, print in dito
Where is that?
sa console ka.
Print.
Yan, sige, print nga, tingnan natin, print small p, small p.
Yes.
Small p lang, yan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, let me see kung what happens there. I and D. Run mo nga. Ayan, yan naman siya, no? Yan, 1, 1, 1, then 2, then 1, 1, 1, then 2. So tama. Nakuha naman yung yung print. Yung sa view mo lang nagkakaproblema. Yung my data ba, na-view mo siya?
My data from the early.
Yung
Like that.
okay naman yung my data, di ba?
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering why. You go again to end, yung end na tab dyan.
This one.
Yan. Okay. So, yan, tama na. 1, 1, 1, then 2. And then, okay. Hindi nga lang natin mapalabas, no? Pero, tama naman siya dyan. Okay. What matters is that na yung may end ka na object na ang laman 1, 1, 1, then 2, then 1, 1, 1. Ito na yung partitioning natin. So
Yes,
our only problem there is we're not able to view it dito sa tab natin dito sa script window natin. But that's okay, no? That's okay. All right?
Yes, sir.
Sige. Then until such time na first time ko lang, well, second time kasi no Saturday, no? Hindi natin na-resolve, no?
Last week's the same.
Ganun din. Okay, so siguro ang hanapin mo rin kung bakit the view function does not work, no? I'm sure meron diyan mga may mga comments about that, no? Did you try to find why it doesn't work? Ilagay mo lang view function in R does not work. Tapos
last Saturday, sir, I tried to search but
wala.
I was not sure what to search. But now I will try.
So siguro
why
view function
why view does not show the data.
In R markdown does not work, no?
Okay.
Okay, sige. Okay, so share na ulit ako. John, thank you, John. Thank you so much for your question. Pero wala namang problema sa kasi nag-run naman yung end object natin. Okay, thank you, John. Thank you. Okay, share ulit ako, guys, ang screen ko. Okay. All right. So, we said last time also that the regular LM function, yung linear model, will not work because your admit data is categorical. Okay, so we'll just run this one now. So my model, we use the generalized linear model, GLM, and then our dependent variable is admit. We are regressing it on GRE, GPA, and rank. Then data is equal to, now we're now using the train data, no? Train data yung ginagamit natin. Remember, guys, in-split natin to between train data and test data. Family natin, you have to include this. GLM kasi marami yan, no? Family is binomial. And then run natin yung my model natin. Okay, so when you run that, guys, you can find this. You can call out yung formula is equal to regress admit on the three variables GRE, GPA, and rank, binomial. And then you have here a result of the residuals. And then the parameters GRE, GPA, rank 2, 3, 4. Okay, it turns out that your GRE is not significant. Okay, rank 2, even if it's not significant, still should form part of our model kasi it's just a dummy variable. Okay, sabi natin, guys, dummy variable to, rank 2, 3, 4. Ang ginawa niyang benchmark is rank 1. So this this should be interpreted with respect to our benchmark category, which is rank 2. Okay, then what we did next was to, okay, ito guys, last Saturday sinabi ko lang na if you want to have your rank 1 here, kung gusto natin yung may rank 1 dito, pwede yon, kaso dapat hindi isama yung intercept. Otherwise the model will not run, no? Kasi it will fall into what we call the dummy variable trap. Okay? So it has something to do with the matrix when sa pag-compute niya, no? Magkakaroon ng singular matrix, but we will not go there anymore. No? So, pwede nating i-regress si admit, but this time, everything but -1. Ibig sabihin ng -1, hindi isasama si intercept. Okay? All right, now we go here. We create this my model. Tinanggalan natin si GRE, GPA, and rank. Again, same, data is equal to train, family is equal to binomial. And when we run that, we have this result. Okay? GPA, significant. Rank 2, not significant. Rank 3, rank 4, significant. Okay, so last meeting, what we did was I explained yung log odds ratio. Okay, hindi ko na i-explain dito yun, guys. Anyway, I posted the video. I encourage you to watch that kasi in-explain namin kung ano nangyayari dun sa model. Ito yun. Okay, so I'll leave that, guys, and then we'll go here. Ito, no? So we're creating an object called pred1. Okay, and it's coming from your P1. Ano yung P1 natin? This is our P1. Okay, ito pala, sorry. Predict natin ngayon. Okay, so we created an object called P1 where we predict using my model our trained data. Okay? Okay, di ba si trained data, guys, so let me flash this. Okay, you have 228 observations. 228 observations. Oh, wait, mali. Sandali. Ay, hindi, sorry. Dito yung train data na. Okay. Yung train data natin is okay, hindi. Naran ko na ba siya? I should have. Okay, ito yung problem ng naran ko na siya. Okay. So let me run this. My model not found kasi hindi ko pa nararan si my model. Okay. Run ko si my model. My model run ko. Okay. Admit not found. Bakit? Ano ba? Ay! Yeah, tama. Ito. Okay, ito yung dami kasi nakabukas. Guys, sorry ha. I'm getting confused. Ang dami nakabukas na RMD file eh. Okay, so balikan ko to, no? Admit not found. Bakit? Asan ba yung my data ko dito? Ito. Yeah, here. It's here. My data is here. There, di ba? So, okay na yung my data ko. Tapos, check ko yung structure. Okay, tama. Na-convert ko na into factors. Na-convert ko na into factors. Then, I think I was able to run this already. Run ko nga yung buo. So, ang train ko, ayan, okay. My train data, guys, is 325 observations. Sorry, hindi ko pala na-run to kanina. And 75 yung sa test. So 80% of 400 is 320. So hindi siya nag-exact. I notice guys, kapag ganun yung dependent variable natin, kapag categorical, hindi siya nag-exact. Pero pag numeric siya, eksakto siya. Kasi 400 yung data sets natin times 80% ng 320. So I've been noticing that na pag nagsasample tayo, hindi siya nag-exact na division if our data is, if there are data that are categorical. Okay, so having run that already, I'll now go to the final model na lang. Ito. So we can close this one. GLM, Generalized Linear Model. So we're regressing admit on the two variables we already canceled out or deleted GRE. So data, we're using the trained data. Family binomial, so GLM dapat guys, i-define natin kung anong family. And then summary ng natin. All right, so this is the output. Yeah, this is correct. 1.3735 GPA. Okay. So now that we have the result, we can now use my model to predict the values of train. Okay, so ito yung P1 natin, P1. And I'll just run this, head at saka yung train. Okay, so what is given to us are the probabilities, no? Okay, so predict natin si train, si observation number 1, 28% yung probability na magiging ma-admit siya. Ang actual data, guys, admit 0, hindi nga siya na-admit. So tama ito. The second observation, 0.299. So hindi siya matatanggap, pero natanggap siya according to the actual. So discrepancy na yan, ano? So si observation number 3, 0.682. Okay? So okay, accepted to according to the actual data, accepted siya. So si number 4, 12.9% yung probability of admission. Okay, pero dito admitted siya. So may mga errors tayo, no? May mga errors yung model natin. Okay, so let's now okay. So i-convert natin guys yung P1 natin, which consists of yung mga 0.28 kanina. I-convert na natin kapag greater than 0.5 siya, gawin na natin 1, tapos less than 0.5, we make it 0. So we're creating an object called pred1. So if else P1 greater than 0.5, give it a 1, otherwise give it a 0. Okay, so I'll just run this. So meron na tayong pred1, no? Okay, head na lang ni pred1 para kita natin. Head, para hindi na lahat mag-print. Head pred1, yung first 10. Okay, so there guys. So na-convert na siya into 0, 0, 1, 0, di ba? Lahat ng mga greater than 0.5, ginawang 1, otherwise, ginawang 0. Okay, so now we can create our confusion matrix. Okay, please take note of this guys kasi mamaya mag-create tayo ng confusion matrix pero using another way. No? So here we're creating an object called tab1. So table to, table function. Sa y-axis natin, okay, ito yung y-axis natin. We will label it as predicted and it's equal to pred1. Tapos ito naman sa x-axis yung actual and it's coming from the trained data yung admit na variable. Okay? So pwedeng matabulate to kasi pred1 is just a one column. Si train admit also one column yan. So hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung table pag magkaiba yung size ng mga ng mga vectors natin or table. So let's run this. Okay. So ito na yung cross tabulation natin. Ano ibig sabihin nito? 0 predict, actual 0. Okay, 0 predict dito na hindi ma-admit, actually hindi nga siya na-admit, no? So this is what we call let's call this the true negative. Negative kasi we can of course call this true positive. Kasi usually okay, depende naman how you interpret this. But I'll just call this true negative. Negative siya kasi hindi siya na-admit. So tama, no? Na-predict na hindi siya ma-admit. Tapos actually hindi nga siya na-admit. Tapos ito, this is the true positive. Predict siya na i-admit siya, tapos na-admit nga siya. No? The rest, guys, the off diagonals are what we call this one is the true, this one is the false negative. Predict natin siya na negative siya, pero naging, actually, guys, predict natin siya na hindi siya ma-admit, pero na-admit naman pala siya. So this is now the false positive, kasi predict natin na ano siya, na ma-admit. Okay? Pero, in actuality, hindi siya na-admit. Okay, so that's our confusion matrix, and then we can compute, guys, for ilang percentage yung tama, yung 208 over chart 29. So we just sum up the diagonals over the tab 1, over the sum of the tab 1. Okay, so, all right. Okay, 73% correct observation, correct prediction, 27% wrong. Okay, so dito naman, guys, gagamitin na natin siya kay test data. Remember, kaya tayo nag-data partition is that we would like to use a fresh data. So new data to, no? New data, untested to by the, untested by the model. The model has not yet met this data, this test data. Ang na-meet lang niya, si trained data, yung ginamit natin sa pag-model. Okay, so ganun din, guys, we predict, and then we convert yung prediction into 1 or 0, and then magta-tab tayo. So quickly, run natin to, run. And then same thing as above, we create the confusion matrix. So this is the confusion matrix. Okay, and the percentage na correct prediction and percentage na wrong prediction. All right, so dito, false, true negative natin, 48, true positive 5. False negative 20, false positive 2. So when we compute for the correct over the total, that's 48 plus 5, that's 53, divided by 75, 70%, 71% correctly predicted, 29% wrongly predicted. Okay? So not bad, guys. Ang natin sa training data, 72.9. Dito sa test, okay? So our model performed well, no? Sa around 71% sa test natin. Okay? And then this is just a test whether our overall, our model is okay. So pag rinan natin to, guys, less than 0.05 siya. So the null hypothesis here is our model is not valid, it's not statistically significant. So we reject that null hypothesis. So our model is okay. All right, so that in a nutshell, I'm sorry, guys, I think I spent mga, ano oras ba tayo nagsimula? Oh, mga 45 minutes just to review this. Okay, but anyway, guys, I hope it's clear. Any questions about this? Okay, in fact, I told the class that itong itong logistic regression na to, we will compare this with a machine learning tool. So I told the class to do a decision tree, okay, or a FFT, and then compare kung sino mas maganda, yung decision tree ba o itong regular na logistic regression na method, okay, na gumagamit ng GLM. So since na-discussion naman natin, guys, yung decision tree, I would that you run itong itong data na to sa decision tree and then compare kung okay ba siya, no? Kung mas maganda ba kung rinan natin yung regular na GLM na nag training and testing, or yung machine learning natin na decision tree. Okay, I leave that to you guys as an exercise. I hope you work on that. Okay, let's go to this. Ito yung talagang lesson natin ngayon, no? Okay, we're going to learn the importance of resampling, okay, which AKA as data splitting. Kasi sa anumang machine learning na tool, it's always standard practice. It's always standard practice to split your data. Otherwise, we said before that we don't want our model to be to do overfitting. No? Okay, So this is supposed to be our lesson for today. Yung data splitting. There are many ways or many methods in order to split your data. We'll just discuss 5. Okay, marami yan, no? Maraming klase. But these are, I would say, the most popular ones. Yung kanina ginawa na natin, no? Yung test and train. Then we have another one, yung leave one out cross-validation. Another name for that is jackknifing. And then we have the K-fold. Isa sa pinaka-popular to, no? K-fold cross-validation. And then you have repeated K-fold cross-validation. And then bootstrapping. Okay? So we're going to discuss this now. Hopefully, matapos natin siya. If not, guys, kahit umabot tayo sa model number 3. And then, anyway, kaya nyo namang gawin na yung model number 4. Kasi si model number 4, repetition lang ng model 3 yan. And then si bootstrap na lang ang medyo kakaiba. But I have notes there. Okay, so, now we said, guys, that yung resampling or data splitting is important. No? Because, pag nag-overfit tayo, let's say we use 100% of our data to model, there will be problems in as far as overfitting because it will impact the, hindi na magiging generalizable yung model natin. Okay? When I say generalizability, when you fit new set of data dun sa ano natin, sa model natin, we might get quite relatively inaccurate results. Kasi masyadong marami yung ginamit natin na data in order to model that. Tapos when we got new set of data na, okay, so medyo hindi na maganda yung ano yung result ng prediction. Okay, so in this exercise we're going to make use of the hard data. I got this from Kaggle. Okay, so I also shared with you the file. So kindly open the file, guys. Pakibuksan yung file. I won't open it anymore because ay wala na rin pala siya. Ay, meron na. Okay, I have the data, 299 observations of 3 variables. Okay, so kindly import the data. Okay, and then take a look at the structure. I-view na rin at saka kunin yung structure. When you're done, guys, kindly chat yes, please, so that I know if I can continue already. Once you're done, kindly chat yes, please. Let's wait for the rest of your classmates. Okay, how about the rest, guys? So only around 50% were able to download the data. May I know how about the rest, guys? Okay, let's wait a few more seconds to give your classmates the chance to download the data. Pwede nyo rin, guys, import data set, di ba? You know how to make use of this. Ito import data set dito. Okay, so may hindi pa nakaka. Okay, sige, let's continue, guys. Okay, sandali lang wait, I'm I'm looking for, where's my highlighter? I'm looking for my highlighter so that I can easily see the mouse. Okay. Resume share na ako. Okay, there. So that I can easily see my mouse. Okay, so I hope you have the heart data set. Okay, so quickly let's just see. So i-view ko na rin kasi let me view it also. So that we understand what our hard data set is. Okay, so these are the variables. Okay, age, anemia. So definitely this is a categorical variable kung anemic ba siya, age, and then these are tests, creatine, di ba sa blood to. Kung diabetic ba yung tao, yung BP, yung platelets, okay, creatine, okay, yung gender ng individual, tapos smoker ba siya? Okay, and yung time, guys, I forgot time. Is it days ba siya dun sa ano, or I forgot the nasa Kaggle to, no? And then death event, if the individual died, death event 1 is the individual died, and 0 the individual survived. Okay, so that's what this means. So what we want, guys, is we're going to predict given these parameters, given these attributes, yung age, yung kung may anemia ba siya o wala, yung creatinine, etc. Kung diabetic ba siya o hindi, guys, smoker ba siya o hindi. We'd like to know, we'd like to predict kung magiging ano siya, kung mamamatay siya o hindi, yung individual na to, no? Okay, so let's go back here dito sa model natin. So we're going to use this data in order to see how resampling works. Okay, so just a quick cross-tabulation. Okay, let's see the relationship between the death and smoking and the death and diabetes. So yung mga namatay, as far as smokers is concerned, okay, 66 of the smokers died. 136, sorry, 66 died who were non-smokers. Okay, 137 who were non-smokers did not die. Okay, so yung mga smokers ito, no? 30 of them died, 66 did not die. Okay, so perhaps we cannot make so much of a conclusion just with this cross-tabulation. Kasi maraming non-smokers ang maraming smokers ang hindi namatay. Okay? Mas marami pa yung hindi namatay, they did not die, 0. And yet they were smokers compared to the ones who were who died, no? Ito namatay ito despite the fact namatay siya tapos smoker siya. Pero mas marami hindi namatay. Okay? Dito naman guys, non-smoker siya pero namatay siya 66. Malaki ito. No? Okay, ganoon din guys sa diabetic. Sa diabetic naman, okay? So walang diabetes, hindi namatay. Walang diabetes, 56 yung namatay. Okay? Ito naman, may diabetes, okay? Hindi namatay. Diba? Alright. So, we now go guys to yung structure natin. If you take a look at our structure, okay, so meron dito mga categorical variables na numerical, no? Si anemia. So in your case guys, since naran ko na kanina to, si anemia, naka-integer yan yata. Okay, so let's change guys those that are factor variables, particularly yung natin, yung death event. Okay, ito yung dependent variable natin. We have to convert them as factors. So dito siya, no? As factors. So kindly run this guys. I will not run this anymore because I've run this a while ago. Okay. So, and then kindly check your structure. Once you have run it, check the structure of your data. Structure of your data, it should already show that anemia is a factor. Okay, see, diabetes is a factor, high blood pressure is a factor, etc. Okay, are you able to follow, guys? Paki-chat please kung nakasunod. Okay, thank you. Okay, it's okay, Bern. Okay, I understand. No? Thank you. All right, so now we load some packages. Paki-check nga guys kung sa packages nyo dito. Check in your packages kung makikita nyo si Pacman dito. Type nyo dito sa go to packages and then type Pacman. And please tell me if you can see Pacman. And paki-chat guys kung if you can see Pacman. Si Jillian meron. Meron na. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you have Pacman guys, okay na yon. You don't have to install it. I-require na lang natin. Require natin si Pacman. Kasi si Pacman guys, it's a good way to install and require packages. Shortcut to lalo pag marami. Kasi di ba what we always do is una install that packages and then we have a list of the packages that we're going to upload or install and then i-require natin, di ba, yung library. So we can make use of the facility provided in Pacman. Okay. Paki-check naman guys kung na-install nyo si Caret at saka si ML Bench. Kindly check guys sa packages nyo. And then please chat kung yes or no guys, kung naka-install si Caret and then ML Bench. Dito na muna i-check guys sa packages. Let's get water. So, ano guys, isa pa lang ang nag-reply. Install pero di kita sa packages. Kasi pag na-install na siya, dapat makikita nyo sa packages yun. Ano? Okay, anyway guys. So this is just a shortcut to install and to require packages. Si Pacman, yung package na Pacman, marami siyang functionalities and it's used to manage yung mga packages. One of the function is P, package install. So this one, if you don't have, for example, if you have not installed Caret, if you use this, it will automatically install Caret and then load it. So parang pinagsabay na yung install that packages at saka library. Okay, so if you run this guys, kindly, okay. Bakit P install not found? Dali ML Bench. Okay, ML Bench is here. Install. Okay, sandali guys. Let me go to Pacman. If you click this, okay, ito yung mga functionalities niya, no? For example, this one. Ano to? ML Bench pala to. Okay. Okay, so I'm just loading Pacman, guys. Okay, so ito ano P P underscore install. installs and loads packages. Dapat linode niyo si ML Bench din. Okay, anyway guys, sige. Just side ano lang naman yun na for quicker way to install at saka load yung mga packages. Of course guys, pag hindi nag-work dito, then ima-manual na lang. Kasi siguro may mga one reason I'm seeing there is that may mga mas newer versions yung isang package, tapos dineprecate na yung new version, yung old version, tapos hindi pa ma-access ni Pacman. Okay, anyway, so dapat ang importante sa atin guys yung Caret, no? What's Caret? What's the Caret package all about? So tingnan natin dito si Caret. Okay, information sa packages. Natin lagay Caret. This one. Okay, Caret stands for guys classification and regression training. So it's used for classification. Marami siyang functionalities na very useful. Kunyari itong confusion matrix na to. Okay, later on we're going to make use of this confusion matrix, and then it gives us a lot more information compared to what we just did. Nag-sum lang tayo at saka nag-divide. So yung ratio lang, yung proportion lang yung mako-compute natin. Okay, so first guys, let's do this. Yung una, it's similar to what we did a while ago, yung holdout method, where we split our data into train and test. So very quickly guys, this is just a review. Okay, so pareho lang, no? So we're creating this train and test data. So mawawala na yung train and test. So tama, no? Train and test data natin. Okay, naran ko na ba ito? Hindi pa. No? Okay, so let's create this object train and test. So masusupersede nito yung train and test kanina dun sa unang model natin. Let's run this. Okay, so you should be getting the same number of observations as I. So sa train natin, 228, sa test, 71. So we should be the same because pareho naman tayo ng set.seed. And if we inspect guys, pareho tayo ng train at saka ng test data. Okay, so let's keep that. Okay, then we go to logistic regression. Okay, ito yung unang method ng resampling natin guys, ha? Yung test train split, which is also called the holdout method. Okay, so as I said a while ago, ang popular split is 80%, 20% for the test data, especially if the data is not that big. Pag malaki yung data, okay lang na mag 60, 40, 50, 50. May nakita pa ako no? If you have a huge data set. Okay, so let's now regress. Let's create a model called Mod1, GLM tayo. Okay, the response variable is death event. We're regressing it in all the factors. Okay, then the data is your train data, and then family binomial. Okay, so let's run this. Run. So meron na tayong mod1. No? We now have this object mod1. Okay. So pag ipa-summary natin guys yung mod1, summary mod1. What do you get? We have the regression. Okay, so ito yung mga response variables natin. And then there's the ones that are significant or not significant. Okay? Alright? Pero ang gagawin natin guys, we will just create, ipe-predict natin using mod 1. Okay, diretso na tayo, di ba? Diretso na tayo guys sa diretso na tayo guys sa testing data. No? New data is testing data. So we already created a model, mod 1, using the trained data. Now we'd like to predict using mod 1 our new data, which is test. Okay, so if we so we now have P1. Okay, this is now the vector of your responses. Ito na yung mga probabilities, but we're going to convert these probabilities into, pag 0.5 siya, make it 1, pag greater than 0.5, otherwise gagawin 0. Now take note that I'm inserting as factor here, unlike yung kanina, no? Hindi ako naglagay ng as factor. Now why is this so? Because we need predictor 1 object to be a factor in order to use the confusion matrix of the caret package. Okay? Kasi guys, kung hindi ko gawing factor yan, hindi magraran tong confusion matrix. So dapat sa confusion matrix guys ng caret package, dapat yung data natin at saka yung reference, they should be factors. Okay? So let's run this now. Okay, as we can see now, okay, yung class ni pred1 is factor. So okay tayo, no? Factor siya. So we now have values of, yung actual values natin meron, no? Kasi meron tayong test data. Tapos meron din tayong predicted dun sa death event, no? Okay, so let's run now our confusion matrix. Enter. Let's run this. Okay, if we can see this one, guys. Okay, so it gives us more information as compared to yung kinompute lang natin yung table and then inadd lang natin yung diagonals. Okay, so that's a very, very bad, not bad naman, pero a very incomplete compared to this one, the confusion matrix coming from the caret package. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So this is now yung test data natin, di ba? Remember our test data is 71. Di ba? 71 observations. Tama ba? Yeah, 71. If you add this, this is 71. Okay, so ito yung true, negative, 44, predict na hindi mamamatay, hindi nga sila namatay, and 16, true positive. Predict sila na they'll die, and then they really died, 16. And then the false positive is this one. This is the false negative. All right? So we have here some metrics. Number 1, accuracy. Ano yung accuracy na to? Ito yung measure natin kanina. If you recall, guys, yung measure natin kanina, yung true values divided by the total. So what's our true values? Yung tamang prediction. 44 plus 16, di ba? So that's 60, yung correct na prediction divided by a total of 71. Okay, 71. So control enter. That's now 84.507, 84.51%. So that's now the accuracy. The accuracy. And then, so we're saying here that the accuracy lies between 74% to 92%. We are, meron tayong 95% confidence na the real accuracy lies between 74% and 92%. Okay, ano tong no information rate? Very quickly, guys, what's no information rate? That means that if we're going to, kasi here, yung 84% natin, 84.5% natin, that was derived by using the model. Naggamit tayo, di ba? Nag-split tayo ng data, tapos minodel natin yung trained data natin, and then we use the model from the trained data to predict yung test data natin. Tapos tinignan natin kung ano yung accuracy ng model natin, which was derived from the trained data. How accurate was it this time in modeling a data that it has not yet seen? Hindi pa niya nakita yung test data na yan. No? So ang lumalabas, 84%. Quite high, no? A very high accuracy rate. Ngayon, itong no information rate, kasi guys, if we summary natin, no? And ano ba yung structure ng ano? And then summary ni my data. Yun ba yung data natin? Hindi, heart data pala, sorry. Summary ni heart. Okay. Double S. Summary and then heart. Okay, summary. Okay. Right. Dun sa test data natin, guys. Okay, okay, mali. Summary kasi ang minomodel natin si test data. Okay, ito si test data natin, no? Dun sa death event, guys, dun sa test data natin, ang according to the sa statistic natin ito, 48% did not die. 23% died. Okay. So if we're going to use this, ibig sabihin, gamitin lang nating data, wag na natin i-model yan. Don't use magre-regression pa ba tayo, maglo-logistic regression. Just take a look at the data. Ilan ba dyan yung hindi namatay, ilan yung namatay. So 48 did not die. 23 died. Okay, so let's just use 48 kasi siya yung pinakamarami. So i-predict na lang natin na lahat sila did not die. Okay? Diba? So ang prediction natin, we'll not use the model, we'll just use the data itself. No? Kung ilan yung namatay, ilan yung hindi namatay. Ang hindi namatay, 48. Ang namatay, 23. So gamitin natin yung mas marami, yung 48, to predict that all of them died. So in that case, guys, ilan yung magiging tamang tamang prediction? 48 yung tama. Diba? Divided by, ilan yung total ng sample size natin? 71. Okay? So 48 out of 71, we will be correct. So that's what we mean by no information rate. If we're not going to make use of the model, okay, so ano yung magiging tamang prediction natin? Yan, 67.61. Ito yun. In other words, let's just get the count of ilan yung hindi namatay and ilan yung namatay. Tapos ang gamitin natin, yung mas marami, since mas marami yung hindi namatay, predict natin na lahat sila hindi namatay. Okay, so that's 48 out of 71. So that's what we mean by no information rate. 67.61% kung no information. Okay? Okay, then you have here my kappa. Okay, I would like to, kasi malapit na tayo mag-time, ano? Alamin guys kung ano yung kappa na to, pati McNemar's test. And then there's sensitivity, specificity, etc. Now, those measures are also very important. Now, I gave you here a site, Control C, for your reference. Sige, buksan natin. Okay, Control B. Okay, I'm going to open this. Okay, just to show you that there's a good reference. Okay, confusion matrix. Okay, this is from the Caret package, no? Tapos dito, okay, sa arguments, yung data, etc. Then the details here. Okay, so ito yun, no? Ito yung confusion matrix. And then ito guys yung sensitivity. Sensitivity. Sensitivity guys, A over A plus C. What does that mean? Ibig sabihin guys, sa lahat ng predict, no? Okay, ilan yung tama? A, tama ito. Ito, C. Okay, so mali. So A over A plus C. Okay, ganoon naman sa specificity. Okay, so ito yung positive, no? Event. Positive siya. Ito yung 1, ito yung no event, ito yung 0. So ang tama dito sa no event, D. So that's why your the denominator is D over B plus D. Okay, so this is what I want to point out to you guys. You can now look at this, paki-study na to, tapos sino yung mga formulas for you to understand ano ba yung mga measures na yan. No? What are those measures of, let me flash this. Okay, yung output na linalabas, yan. Yung sensitivity, specificity. Okay, for example, sensitivity, kunin lang natin, ano to? Ito yung mga, ito yung 91.67, ito yung mga true positive yan, di ba? Okay. So, A over A plus C daw. So this, wait, 44, sensitivity is, okay, hindi. Ang prediction kasi ito, no? Wait. Sensitivity is 91.67%. So saan yun guys? Saan yung 91.67%? How was that computed? Yung sensitivity na yan. Ito, di ba? 44 divided by the total. Okay, divided by 48. So 91.67%. Ito yun. Yan ang sensitivity. Okay, so etc. I want you to look into that. Okay, so that takes care, guys, of the first one. We were able to have an accuracy of 84.51% using yung test and train data set natin. We split it 80-20. So meron tayong data, yung heart, in-split natin siya. 80% dun yung train, 20% yung testing. And then we modeled using the train data set and then use our test in order to predict, use a test data in order to see if it will work dun sa model natin. And it turns out that the accuracy is 84.51%. All right. Any questions, guys, about that? Any questions? Okay. Thank you. No questions. All right. Next is this one, guys. Leave one out cross-validation. Okay. Ano nangyayari dito sa leave one out cross-validation? Okay. So, sige. Okay. How do I leave one out? Okay, sige, explain ko na lang. Madali naman to explain. Okay, so di ba yung ito guys, hindi natin i-split yung data natin. How is this done? Leave one out. Ang ginagawa dito guys, okay, since we have 299, di ba? 299 yung observations natin. If we take a look at our data set. Yung heart, 299 observations. So what we do here is that we remove one data set, no? One observation. Kunyari, tanggalin mo natin sa observation number 1. And what will happen is that from observation number 2 hanggang 299, okay, we will create a model, no? Imo-model natin si death event natin. Okay, so magkakaroon tayo ng model. Tapos itetest natin yung observation number 1 kung okay yung model natin. Okay, and then next, si observation number 2 naman ang gagawing test data. The rest from observation number 1, number 3 hanggang 299, sila ngayon yung training data. Okay? So, ilang models ang magagawa? 298 models, no? Kasi lagi tayong magli-leave out ng isa. So there will be 298 models. That's called leave out one, cross-validation. Okay? So, pag ganyan guys, so maraming models yan, di ba? Kasi our sample size is 299. mag-create tayo ng 298 na models. Okay? Isa lang yung ano, kada isang model, may isang matitirang data. That will be our test data. Okay, so sige, let's create that, guys. Okay, may mga caveat lang tayo dito, no? The first observation serves as a test and the model is trained on the remaining n-1. So as I said a while ago, yung first observation, that will be our test data. Observation number 2 hanggang 299, they will be our trained data. Okay, so may result tayo nun. Tapos magkakaroon na naman ng panibagong test data, second observation. So that observation number 1 now becomes part of the trained data plus the third observation hanggang 299 observation. So all in all, guys, there will be n-1. Okay, there will be n-1 models, no? Okay, and then this is averaged across. Okay, so let's do this. So dito mag-create tayo ng train control. Okay, so this is sa caret very handy to kasi imagine, guys, isa-isahin natin 'yon, di ba? Yung leave one out. So good luck. Kahit 300 lang yan, isa-isahin natin, iraran yan, di ba? Now with caret, guys, it makes it very, very easy. Yung leave one out. So we're creating an object called LCV, leave one out cross validation. And then we have to make use of this train control. Ano natin, guys, i-define ano yung train control natin. So method is equal to leave one out cross validation. Okay, so after that, na-create natin yung train control natin. Okay, gagawa natin yung model 2 natin. Gagamitin natin yung train function. Train, okay, ano yung natin? Dependent variable, yung death event, regress on all. And then data natin will be the heart data. No? So dito, guys, wala tayong test at saka train. Dito yung buong natin, yung buong data. Okay, yung heart data natin. Method is equal to GLM. Family is equal to binomial. And then, i-define natin yung TR control natin, itong LCV. Yan. Ito yun. Okay, then run this. Run. Ay, hindi ko pa wala na-run itong LCV. Okay, na-run ko na ba? Okay, and then summarize the results. Okay, so here's the result, guys. Okay, meron tayong accuracy, okay, and meron tayong kappa. 82.6%. It's a bit lower than yung kanina, yung train and lang natin kanina, di ba? Train and test. Dito kasi 84.51 yung natin, accuracy. Dito sa leave one out, okay, ang accuracy lang natin is 82.6%. But still not bad, guys. But the first model performed better than this one. Okay. It's already time, guys. May I have just 1 or 2 minutes? Itapusin ko lang tong K-fold. No? Mabilis lang to, guys. Mga 2 minutes lang to. Okay, so could you kindly look at this? Pakitingnan tong site na to. Okay. Let me flash that. I think meron na ako niyan. Wala. Ito. Okay, so ito yun, guys, no? That site, let me just use this to explain to you ano yung K-fold. Okay, so I go down here. Of course, guys, you can read through this. Okay, itong gagamitin ko lang. Yung K-fold, guys. So this is what we call a 5-fold cross-validation. Okay, so ano yung steps nito? First, all the data, and then split, no? We have the training data and then the test data. So alam natin to. Ngayon ang gagawin, guys, sa training data, okay, so depende kung ilang fold. Kunyari 5-fold siya. Okay, so ang gagawin, split natin yung data natin into 5. Okay, split the data again into 5. Tapos, kada isang group dito, ang magiging test data. The rest, the 4 out of 5 will be your trained data. Tapos punta na naman tayo sa split number 2. Ito naman yung magiging, this second group will be your test data. Okay, this one is your trained data. So fino-fold siya, no? Fold into 5. Tapos yung fold na yan, guys, gagamitin yan, each of them will be used as a as a test data. Okay? So parang pareho lang ng leave one out cross-validation. Only that yung leave one out kasi isa lang yung ginagamit na test. Ito groups din, no? Okay? Group din to, group ng data din. Okay, so once you get the five-fold validation to five-fold cross-validation, so may lima kang results, no? Tapos gagamitin yan, kung okay yan, dun sa test data natin. Okay? So that's your K-fold. Ilang folds, no? Ilang splits ang gagawin. So based on research, ang sabi nila, ang maganda daw yung 10-fold, no? Kaya dito sa ginagawa natin kanina, ito, magta-10-fold tayo dito, no? So 10-fold, yan. So how do we do the K-fold? Set that seed muna tayo, tapos create tayo dun sa train control ni Caret. KCV, method is equal to cross-validation, number is equal to 10. Okay? Number is equal to 10, and then let's run this, run. Okay, and then create now model number 3, pareho din, data is equal to heart, method is equal to GLM, family binomial. Train control natin ngayon will be KCV now. Nasa taas, we run this, and then we print model 3. Okay, gives us a accuracy of 82.96%, a little higher than the yung kanina yung number. Okay, itong leave one out, guys, kasi leave one out natin 82.6 lang, pero not higher than the yung simple lang na train and test. Okay, at least in this data. Okay, and then yung last guys, yung model number 4 and model number 5, pakigawa na lang, no? Anyway, may mga notes naman dyan. Okay, and then compare it with the models 1 to 3. Okay, tomorrow, guys, I'll just briefly go through that, and then we go to the next lesson natin. Okay, so I hope, guys, you learned something today about K-fold cross-validation. Importante yun kasi when we have our data, we don't want to load all of our data sample size, all of our samples, observations into that one model. Otherwise, we will have overfitting. No? Gusto natin generalizable yung data yung model natin. So we split. So there are different ways. Na-discuss natin yung simple lang na train and test data, and then we went to leave one out, cross-validation, and then we had the K-fold cross-validation. Yung susunod is repeated CV lang, repeated cross-validation. And then the last one is bootstrap. Okay, so with that, guys, let me stop recording.